What's up, Phillies fam? It's your girl Nettie Net, and I'm back with what is the problem with men fighting women these days? I'm just not getting it. I'm not understanding. In my eyes, a punk puts his hands on a woman. So, I mean, when a woman provokes it, then sometimes it's necessary. But when you're labeled in the public eye as a woman beater, it's bad. So, rapper Bow Wow got arrested last night for fighting a woman. I don't know the story, but I'm gonna read y'all the news clip, alright? So, it says rapper Bow Wow and a woman were arrested last night in Atlanta after a fight. Has learned that rapper Bow Wow was arrested on Saturday morning in Atlanta. This morning, yo. The rapper, whose real name is Shad Moss, is accused of assaulting a woman at 205 12th Street around 4:15 a.m. So, around 4:15 a.m., most clubs are closed. So, where were they at? In a house? I don't know. We gonna find out though. All I can say is at 4:15 in the morning, that's usually a bed fight, but I don't want to insinuate. That's just my conclusion at this point. But that's my opinion. That's just my conclusion at this point. But that's my opinion. So, it says the rapper, whose real name is Shad Moss, is accused of assaulting a woman at 205 12th Street around 4:15 a.m. Atlanta police said the woman, identified as Leslie Holden, and Moss sustained visible minor injuries. Wow. So both of them was marked up. That's why they both got arrested. Simple assault. That's what it's called in the beginning. Officers said they were unable to determine the primary aggressor of this altercation. So both parties were charged with battery. Both are being Both are being processed and will be taken to the Fulton County Jail. This was serious. Like, they going to jail. They ain't just get a fine. Like, they're actually locked up. This is sad. On Twitter, the rapper has been promoted a Super Bowl pop-up shop event for his mother happening Friday and Saturday. Ladies in town for the Super Bowl, don't forget, my mother is having a shop taste online. Sip and shop today, 1 to 7, Friday and Saturday. Shop, food, drinks. Whoa, somebody got banned. But who's this lady? I don't know. Still to y'all. So, February 1st, Bow Wow posted that. Okay, that was yesterday. The 31-year-old rapper is best known for his rap music and movie roles in the early 2000s. He was born in Columbia, Ohio, but lives in Atlanta. Okay. Snoop Dogg took Moss under his wing when Moss was a pint-sized MC. Yes, he was. I was in love back then, little boys. Getting this game going. Snoop too, that's my boy. That's my baby. In the 90s, Snoop gave Moss the stage name Little Bow Wow. In 2016, the rapper announced he was retiring from rap. He said Snoop Dogg was the executive producer on his final album titled Nymph. Moss said on Twitter that it's a blessing to have made millions and can retire before 30. A young legend he is. His post-retirement plans include a focus on acting and hosting. Moss also says he's producing 2 TV shows this year. So, what I get from this now, that I don't know what happened between them, but he has to be careful, and he really has to walk a thin line, because he has a lot still going for him as a retiree of rap music, but now he has TV shows that he's trying to come out and stuff like that. So this is when you have other characters come in and try to throw shade on your game and try to ruin your name. It happens in life, in show business, and on TV. It's real. It's happening to him right now. So, with these charges, that would make, basically put a taint on his name. I'm just trying to see if there's any more about it. As of right now, I don't think it's too much. But the fact that he is arrested and incarcerated, sad. So, that's going to be sad for him. But in the meantime, while I'm here, I'm going to touch the situation on this Queen and Clarence thing. I know y'all get tired of me talking about it, but, I have a lot of people who ask, being that he came at me a couple of times online, but in like a sneak diss kind of way. So I kind of knew what kind of person he was from the beginning, because you can like read through people just from some of the stuff that comes out their mouth, or just from the look in their eyes. But alright, so should we blame her for what happened at the hospital? My opinion on that is I wouldn't blame her. Should she set him straight? Damn right. Do we blame her? I wouldn't, because I had a C-section, and I know that I wasn't myself for about 3 days. I had friends come. I remember them coming. I remember them doing my hair. I remember not seeing my child for the first 2 days at least. But I do remember Dean bringing video content to me consistently so I can keep up with what was going on. And he was there 24/7 in the NICU. But being that I had a C-section, I was under some heavy drugs, okay? So I actually gave them permission to feed my baby somebody else's breast milk without really thinking. All I knew was that it was good for him. And I had a problem pumping at the time because I didn't know my ass from my face on some real. Like, I did. I had to have Dean go in the bathroom with me and wipe my everything, because I couldn't even reach down there. I couldn't do anything. I don't even remember being me. Like, all I remember is pushing that button for pain. They said, when the light goes off, push this button. Push this button. And all I knew is that I was out. So, I was on, sheesh, I forget. Y'all know I don't know too much about too many drugs. But, what was it? Morphine? Yes. I was on morphine, y'all. They gave me a morphine pump. So that I was in a lot of pain. They cut me. They call it a bikini cut. So they like literally, and I'm a big girl, so they had to cut me down right where your hairline, just above it and below your belly button. They cut down there and they pull all your skin and your meat back, and they get what insides out, and they'll sit them on the table beside you until they can get the baby out. And it depends on how detrimental and how serious it is the way they do this. So I ended up with maybe, okay, so sorry, my battery died. But I was saying I had about 15 or so, I'm not sure how many, staples all across my belly. So I was in the hospital for a good 7 days. And then my baby was in the hospital for 30 days altogether. So I had to be a woman from the time I left the hospital. I had to come back 2 times a day. And that was just by choice, to be there all day, every day, just about. So I left to go have my lunch, dinner, have my break, and then go home and go to bed and come back the next day. But that's just how it was being a mother. But back to the C-section thing. Yes, I was out of it. I had no say-so. Would Dean ever disrespect my mother when she was living? Hell no. Would I tolerate it? Hell no. Was I out of it enough in the hospital that when my mom came there, if they got into it, would I let that happen? Hell no. But at the same time, nowadays when you're in the hospital and you have a child, and you're on paperwork that you're the father and the mother, that's who has rights to be there. They ask them both who can be there. If either of them gets stressed out, yes, they will kindly ask someone to leave or escort someone out. Was it right? Nah, it wasn't. Do we know what happened? No, we don't. Maybe we'll find out, maybe we won't. Can we talk about it in our life? We can discuss it, but it's just sad. As a Christian woman, you are supposed to love, honor, and obey your mother, your father, and as a Christian, you know the 10 Commandments. I mean, I could say them if I had to, but why? People know them. At the end of the day, you don't let anyone disrespect your mother, the person who brought you into this world. And for her to ask her to come there, that means she asked her to come there for a reason. Meaning that she needed her. She wanted her to be there beside her. So for him to disrespect her mother and put her mother out was dead wrong. Whatever happened, I don't know. So, I mean, that's why I hate to say it was that he was like dead wrong. It's hard to say until you know the story, you know. We don't know what happened previously. We know that they don't get along. We know some slick comments were put in places on different pages, and we know the T channels say whatever they have to say, and they can ruin people's names by saying certain things the way they say them. So this guy has had his guard up from the beginning because he was the snake who slithered in at this woman's weakest point. And we can't even say it happened at her weak point because she was still in a relationship, full-fledged married woman with her husband, someone who I think, no matter what happened, should have gotten some kind of counseling, some kind of help, some kind of advice before we go and go to social media to look for love. Sometimes it could be in the right place, sometimes it could be in the wrong place. My opinion, are they going to last? No. If he doesn't get along with the mom, I don't think so. But Do I know women that are weak and will go against their mom for a man? I know plenty. So I hate to say that, you know, they may get married next week, but that would just be something to rip mom's heart apart more. So when I say something like that, I think that, yes, this woman knows what she's doing to her mother. She knows that her mother's hurting right now, but there's a reason why. But at the same time, for him to treat her mother like that, what has this woman told this man about her mother? We have to think about that. Y'all think about it. But I'm coming back and we're going to talk about it. We'll discuss whatever we need to discuss here. Y'all always keep God first and love yourselves. When we love ourselves, it makes it a lot easier than what's happening now, when people don't love themselves and they go running off in the wrong direction, and or the right, but we don't know, but run off, and things happen where, you know, they end up bringing children into this world, and then there's a lot of chaos that comes with it. Because now you have one parent can't see this person, sisters and brothers got problems, and there's going to be fights. I said this last year, so it's kind of hard for me to even be repeating, because it wasn't heard, it wasn't listened to, it wasn't taken seriously. So, I mean, what can I say? You know, I do want to talk a little more, you know. I want to say, like I said before, and I wasn't talking down on mom, but when all this stuff came out with the younger ones cussing people out online and cussing me out and saying what they had to say, like I said, I told Tina if I was her mother, I would have took a belt and whipped that off. Okay, because kids are just too grown these days. So when I was saying that, meaning they were out of hand, out of character, and mom should have stepped in way back then. But it was all about numbers and YouTube and making their own channels to make money. It's not about hitting the point where it's supposed to be. You have to. It starts with you. If you do what you have to do, sometimes things will work out a little better for you in the end. But well, I'll talk to y'all soon. Alright. Love yourselves. And it makes it much easier to love others.